All right, guys, welcome back to Drinking It In. I probably should have done an intro, but you know what? Let's do an intro. On today's episode, we are exploring the Ravera vineyard within Barolo. Amazing. Stay tuned. All right, welcome back to Drinking It In. I am your host, Chris Casara. We are here to help you know more and drink better. And today we are checking in, we're doing more check-ins on 2010 vintage from Italy, from Europe, right? In this case, Italy. We are tasting a couple of Barolos from the Ravera vineyard. Ravera is, so I've had a few Raveras in tastings over the years, and what I find is they are the most, I guess, the brightest and the most and the lightest in some ways Barolos that you can buy. And I'm really excited to try these two because I remember, you know, when I was tasting 2010 Barolos from the Ravera vineyard, I was just blown away. It was like nothing I had ever really tasted before. So I bought a few bottles. We've got multiples of these, right? So we're checking in now, and we will see where they are, you know, later on as well. It's probably early to be drinking these, but you never know. So let's start with, let's start with the Cogno Barolo Ravera. So Cogno, I think it's Elvis or Elvio Cogno, great producer, right? Again, you know, if he's Elvio, yeah, E-L-V-I-O, right there. So, you know, great producer. You know, the Barolos are usually stellar. In this case, from a great vintage, great vineyard. You know, I'm excited to see what we get. But what's really cool about these bottles, and I'll do some close-ups of this, but you see there's, around the edge here, you've got this Albiesa label. And I was like, what the heck is that? Because it's on this guy too. And apparently it's like a bottle cooperative that you have to be a member of within the, you know, within the Piedmont in order to get bottles produced, you know, by this, this cooperative. It has what I'll say is a unique shape because it's not quite a Pinot Noir bottle, which looks a little fatter. It's not quite a, you know, it's not a Cabernet bottle, which has the, you know, the big shoulders. So it's kind of neat. These things have their own bottle. This wine is very brown. We'll call it, maybe not brown, because that doesn't sound very good. We'll call it like a burnt magenta. That doesn't even make sense, but let's see what this 2010 Elvio Cogno Ravera Barolo gives us. So it's very, you know, it's actually, when I took a sniff in there, I got quite a bit of alcohol, which is interesting. Very cherry, loaded. You can already tell it's going to be loaded with cherries. I'm getting a touch of the oaky goodness, but just a little bit. It's really pretty. It's not floral on the nose, but it's definitely, it's a little perfumey. So let's go perfumey cherries with a touch of oak. Oh, it's bright. It's just, okay, so this wine has a delicious factor, no doubt. It's very bright. The fruit is just, it's like a fruit bomb in some ways. Really, really good. A bit of minerality comes in at the end. Really great stuff. But it is on the lighter side of Barolo, which is what I expected from the vineyard. But, you know, something that if you don't know what you're looking for and what some of these things on the bottle is, something you wouldn't necessarily know. So this one is a killer. Really good. It's just dynamite. I mean, it'd be even better if I had some pizza or some pasta right here, but, and I'm gonna apologize. I think you can hear the air conditioning, it kind of just kicked on. We're in the new house. I don't know how to adjust the air conditioning yet, so I'm not touching it. I don't want to turn it off. All right, we'll just let it run. Hopefully it doesn't show up too badly on the video because I'm technically challenged. All right, next is GD Vajra Barolo Ravera 2010. Vajra, a producer you've seen on this channel before. Great Barolos, great Nebbiolos. I think we also did a, we do a Barbera from them, perhaps? I'm not quite sure, but just really, again, fabulous producer. Now, what's interesting is I'm not sure if you can see it right against my white shirt. This wine is much more pink and it is much more pure magenta, right? There's no browning on this one, whereas the Cogno had some browning around, like, I don't know, not only around the edges, but the wine, you know, had that sort of a light brown tinge to it, which tells me this is going to be more fruity. But I don't know if I'm just making shit up right now. Ooh, I cursed. I think it's going to be, but I don't know if that's really because of the color. So this one, so we're talking, again, we're talking cherries. This one almost has like there's like a raspberry cranberry note in there. So I feel like it's going to be a little tarter, more tart than the previous one. I'm getting no oak notes on the nose and a touch of flowers, but very faint. This is much more hardcore, like red fruit salad. Wow. So, these wines are so good. This one's amazing. This one is probably my favorite of the two. They're both dynamite, but this one just has, it has more of that delicious factor. There's a lot more fruit in the glass. And it kind of comes across as like, it's not sweet, but there is a sugary edge to some of the fruit, which makes it a little more luscious, right? You know what's this one is a little, it's a little drier on the finish though, which could turn some people off. It's finishing a lot dry now, which, all right, so that's going to take it down a notch a little bit for me, but it's so good that I can look past the dryness, which sometimes a wine finishes really dry and it just obliterates the whole experience. This one finishes dry. There's plenty of tannins there. There's plenty of life left in both of these, but it's, you know, they proved to, I guess, where the profile of the Ravera commune or vineyard, excuse me. I gotta make sure I'm using the right terms. Commune, vineyard, freaking dynamite. So Ravera is a bright amphitheater. The soil is a mixture of fossil marls and iron deposits, producing a Barolo of vivid aromatics and great personality. I'll buy that. That makes a lot of sense. I think, you know, again, these two wines, these two producers, Barolo, whether it's Ravera or not, Ravera or another commune, or just their base Barolos that kind of blend grapes from the different vineyards, just such a privilege. And, you know, I'm very lucky to have these right here and to have a couple of backups. Actually, not even down in the cellar now, they're right behind you. Upstairs, this is the coolest part of the house, if you can believe that. So, thank you for joining from the new place. I appreciate all the love and all the you know, all the views we're getting. We're getting some momentum here. I think people are enjoying, especially some of these 2010 check-ins. So, you know, I'm going to keep doing those. You know, definitely like and subscribe. If you're, a lot of people who are watching these are not subscribed, so definitely hit that subscribe button. You know, once a week, twice a week, you never know. You know, but I'm drinking through a lot of the wine we have on hand, and I'm excited to share this stuff with you. And I hope you are enjoying what I'm doing on the camera. And if you're not, put it in a comment. Let me know what I could do better, please. Till next time, cheers. Killer. So good.